media person,
She is.
and
She's terrific.
she's very much a natural at the social media world. And we're all good at some things, Kevin, and you definitely had the right ally there.
Absolutely. Well, they say in Phil, in business, the best thing you can possibly do is surround yourself with people that are better than you at what they do.
There we go.
There we are.
So, how did you grow the Twitter Hour? You know, it's one thing to start a Twitter Hour, but to make it move, to make people come, to start conversation is another matter.
Yeah, it's been a lonely place at times because you go on there and you trying to start conversations and nobody's taking any notice. But I guess the sort of things that Twitter have done to develop have helped a bit with that. For instance, each week now I will send out a notice about the Dutchy Biz Hour starting Wednesday 11 o'clock. Attach a picture to that and a hashtag saying to new followers, and then I tag in my new followers to the picture, which always brings another two or three people who've never been onto Dutchy Biz Hour into the frame every week. So it's a nice new way of engaging people. It could get a lot bigger, it could get a lot more busy, but it starts to become difficult to keep up with all of the conversations then.
I mean, I'm amazed at what a job you guys do, because there is quite a few messages going out there now every Wednesday, and you manage to favourite each one and retweet it if needed and respond to it. Must be quite a hectic hour.
Yeah, my wife when she happens to be at home and my phone is going bing, 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 bing. Says, turn that damn thing off. But yes, it can be a difficult one to keep up with sometimes. But again, that depends on the weather. If the weather's good, people are on the beach and they don't bother with their Twitter hour.
That's true.
And that's the beauty of Cornwall.
So has the Twitter Hour had an impact on the Cornwall Business Forum? Has it helped you grow there too?
Absolutely, no question about it. Yes, there are people that have come across us via Twitter. We've encouraged them to take part in the Dutchy Biz Hour. They've got leads and contacts as a result, which has held us in good stead with them. So that when we say to them, how about becoming a member? And how about coming along to an event? And how about, can we put your arm up your back and get you to part with a little bit of cash as well? It's helped on all fronts, yeah.
Good stuff. So what tips would you give to a business new to Cornwall, looking to make new connections?
Well, I mean, what we've done, Phil, is try and put together something online where people can connect together and find people that they want to deal with. It's kind of used the Google system to overcome Google in a way. And we have now, as I say, 9,400 or so members. Well, that's more businesses than most people can ever cope with having connections with. So, through our online systems, through the social media and through the websites, people can easily connect with other fellow members on there. So obviously, I'm going to say the first thing you need to do is join us. There's a no barrier to entry. There's a free entry level, and our paid for service isn't right for everybody, but come along and try it out first. If you like it, you'll upgrade. If you don't, then you won't. And it's as simple as that. We wouldn't want anybody to be paying us for something unless they were totally convinced it's going to benefit for their business.
Absolutely. Great stuff, Kevin. And when you mentioned that phrase there, overcome Google in many ways, are you therefore saying that the Cornwall Business Forum website is where people go to make connections and find certain types of businesses in the county instead of going to Google?
Well, it's certainly starting to work that way, Phil. What we want to do is encourage members to use our website as a way of contacting other people locally, because there are lots of businesses that are on our promotional website, the Omni Market, which you won't find anywhere else in the world. You won't find them on Google. They're not there. So, there is an element of, if you want to help trade local, use the Omni Market to find those people.
Sure. And Kevin, having gone through this great journey with the Cornwall Business Forum, what tips would you give to someone looking to create their own networking business like yours?
Phil, I think there is a lot of need for lots of local groups like that. And I'd really encourage, local organizations. So, if you're in Redruth, set up something in Redruth but link it to us and work with us. Don't work in isolation. I think that's the key. We've tried to say that we're complementary to and supportive of every other business group out there. You talked earlier on about, various networking type things that do things in a different way to the way we do it. But some of those are incredibly successful and the right thing for certain businesses. So, we're very, very supportive of those things. But I guess the most important message is to be embracive. Don't be in competition with somebody. Work with them.
Absolutely. So, Kevin, earlier on we spoke a little bit about how networking has changed with the online world and the rise of social media. So where do you believe it's going to go next?
Well, I think it's already pretty much going full circle. Where it goes from here, I don't know. I think it's going to be even more down to meeting people face to face. That's where it all seems to be going around. Sure, people can buy product and service online, but if you're going to develop a fully trustworthy relationship with somebody, you still want to meet them face to face. It depends how important it is. If you want to buy a pair of underpants, and you don't mind where they're coming from, then online's fine. If you're dealing with a professional service, for instance, if you wanted to make sure that the insurance that you've got for your business is doing the right job and you're not at risk, I struggle to see how you can do that with confidence online. I think you have to have the personal contact and the trust of the person that's researching the market for you. So certainly with those sort of things that require that level of personal service or trust, that's going much more back to face again.
Absolutely. And do you think that the rise of video will help that or work alongside that same idea of meeting people in person at the end of it all?
Video is brilliant. Video makes such a huge difference. The sort of things that you can do with video these days it's developed so much over the last sort of 5 years to make life so much easier for anybody to get a video and afford a decent video. I still see lots of video that is very, very poorly constructed, though. They don't have the right core message about the business. If it's an elevator type video, something that's explaining how and why you should deal with a business, there's some basic errors that people make, which is always been the case in any type of marketing. You've got to get your message right first, and that's why coming along to our meetings, and discussing those sort of things. What is it that differentiates you? How do you get your message out there? Why does your customer perceive you to be unique or special? Those sort of things are messages that very few businesses pay correct amount of heed to. And if they don't pay heed to those things in their video, then they're probably wasted their money on the video as well.
Absolutely. And so, Kevin, my next question is, what's next for Cornwall Business Forum? But I'm going to change that slightly and say, are we going to see Kevin on video soon?
I've got a face for radio, Phil. So I'm not I think one of the things about video which is incredibly powerful is the rise in animation. And you know, if you've put a balding, overweight Cornishman on a video, some people are going to be turned off by that. Whereas we're all happy and comfortable with animation, and so if it's about getting a personality out there, then you can't avoid but shoot video of the person. But if it's of a product or a unique service, that can very often be done better through animation than actual, interview shots, if you like.
No, sure. And I think that's a great point. I think animation can often explain something better than we could by appearing in person on the video and trying to explain it. But having met you, Kevin, you were very much the reason I came down to one of your events. So I think you definitely need to go on video.
You want to upset some people. No, I've done a lot on TV and without any media training and so on. And I think that the sort of stuff that we have produced has created lots of opportunity. You were asking about where the thing goes. A few years ago, we produced some TV shows, which is after all only video. And we put that out onto the Sky Network, and that resulted in us getting lots of contacts from people all over the UK and indeed across different countries in Europe, asking when we are going to be setting up the Norfolk Business Forum or the Yorkshire Business Forum and so on, which then gave us the idea that actually what we're doing in Cornwall, we could, for want of a better description, copy and paste into Devon and Somerset and onwards across the country to create even more opportunity.
It sounds great, Kevin, but that's a lot of Twitter hours to run.
Hell yeah. I think I'm going to have to pass the buck on a bit of that.
I'm just imagining your wife now with your phone dinging every minute of every day. So where can we find you online, Kevin? Well,
we've got countybusinessforums.co.uk as it was the original website, but we've developed more recently theomnimarket.com. The reason for that is that we wanted to have a website that was latently promotional, and the Omni Market is very much that. We've been taught for decades that in order to run a business successfully, you need to be operational in every viable channel. And that's termed Omni Markets. So we thought we were quite lucky when we picked up the domain, theomnimarket.com. And now if you do a search of just Omni Market online, you'll find that it comes top of the tree every time. And there are many more search terms which it's also rising with. So yeah, there's a real strong presence on there. All of our events are on there. There's lots of interactive features on that site which people can get their message out there with.
Great stuff. And Kevin, any final message for everyone listening?
Oh, well, it's quite simple. Come and join, and we're all stronger together.
I love that one. We're all stronger together. That's a great one to end it on. Well, Kevin, it's been great having you here. We've learned some really good things from you there about networking and the elements of business. So thanks for appearing.
It's my pleasure, Phil. Thank you.
My name is Phil Byrne, and I'd like to thank you for listening today. If you have any questions on anything you have heard in today's podcast, feel free to email your queries to podcasts@positivesparks.co.uk. We are an online advertising team who strive to help you thrive online. Want to know where to start with pay-per-click for your business? Download our free online advertising pack at positivesparks.co.uk/pack. Until next time, goodbye.